This is the speaker section. This text will appear on your published CFP form, and you can change the wording by clicking on the grey pencil icon. Now, by default, each submission can only have one speaker associated with it, but you can use the toggle switch at the bottom of this section to allow multiple speakers to be associated with each submission. And this basically adds a button on the form that says, Add another speaker. Now, there are some important points to note about how the speaker section works. Often, the person filling in the form will be the speaker themselves, but there are several situations where the submitter may be replying on behalf of other speakers. For example, where a keynote speaker's PA is submitting on their behalf, or where someone is nominating someone else for an award, or perhaps a manager or agent is applying to a festival on behalf of an artist they manage, or where a lead author is submitting an abstract on behalf of several authors, all of whom will attend the conference and some of whom may present the paper if it's accepted. So in Lineup Ninja, we don't assume that the submitter, that is, the person who logs in and fills in the form, and the speaker, the person who will attend the event and deliver the session, are the same person. This is an important distinction to be aware of. Communication about the submission, for example, confirmation that it's been received, notification about whether it's been accepted or declined, will be sent to the submitter. Once a submission is accepted, and you come to schedule sessions in your agenda, the speakers will be notified of the proposed time and location, and they will be asked to confirm that they can deliver their session at that time. Okay, let's start building our form. So you can see that we give you several suggested questions to capture commonly used information, like first name, last name, etc. And these questions are editable. So, for example, you can change first name to given name. But don't, for example, change it to company name if you want to avoid confusion later on, because Lineup Ninja expects these answers to hold the relevant data, and it will use some of them later for scheduling and when you come to publish your agenda to your event app, etc. And we give you a little reminder at the bottom of these questions to tell you what each one will be used for later. When you're happy with the question, click on the green tick to save it. If you delete one of these suggested questions, and then realise it was a mistake, you'll find it at the bottom of the list of suggested questions. Don't use a custom question in place of a suggested question, because Lineup Ninja won't understand it in the same way. I'm just going to quickly add last name, a profile photo of the speaker, speaker availability is a special question. You can use it to find out if there are any days that the speaker can't attend. When you come to schedule sessions later on, the scheduling tools will check the answers to this question and tell you if you're trying to assign a session to a time slot that the speaker can't make. This is a multiple choice question that uses the event's opening times as its options. And by default, it shows the user all of the opening times, but you can hide some if you wish. This may be useful if, for example, your event spans several days, but some days have a different focus and you want to run a separate call for papers for it. Because the submitter and the speaker may not be the same person, and indeed there may be several speakers who you need to communicate with, we strongly recommend that you include the email question so that you can contact them later on to confirm their attendance, etc. You should note that as the event planner, you are classed as the data controller for your submitters and speakers' data and have responsibilities under GDPR. So you may also wish to add a checkbox question in your form here, asking the submitter to confirm that the speaker has given their consent to be contacted about the event. To do that, create a custom question. If you wish to change the order of questions, simply use the drag handle to move questions up and down. And that's the basics of the speaker section. Up next, submission questions.